Hi, it's Gary. Well, welcome to today's video. So today, we're going to take a look at another 5 pens from my collection. 5 pens themed around Easter, so here we go. What I've done is I've scoured the internet. I've found some sites which give you some ideas for colours that are related to Easter. And then I've picked pens, as you can see there, 5 pens that, to me, match that colour. So join me now, down on the table. Let's jump on in and take a look at these pens. Welcome down to the table. So, 5 Easter themed pens. Title there, nice and simple. Just going to turn this on the side. This is Ayush paper, 100 GSM paper, got a slight creaminess to it. So let's make this, so hopefully we can get each one on a line. We start with a colour that represents Lent, and that's purple. So I looked through it and I thought, yeah, let's go for this. This is the Majohn M800. So this is very much a Leonardo Memento Zero. I'm not going to say copy or clone, but heavily inspired by. We've got a cartridge filling system. Let me just open this up for you. There we go. I do love the material of this. There's 4 different colours. I've got all 4 of them. There's 2, when I bought this, there was 2 different nib options. There was a Moonman nib, or what I went with on this one. This is a bot nib. They only had fine tips available though. So we've got here a Majohn, or Moonman, M800 with that fine nib. Price for this pen, you're looking at approximately 52 Aussie dollars. The ink, it's by Diamine, and it's Harmony. Bit of an Easter themed name there as well, isn't there? Harmony. We'll do the Wasky Squirrel grid. So we go up and down. You see how this fine nib's working. Across. And a grid. And a diagonal grid. So no line variation coming through here. You can see it's a fine nib. It's a fine nib even. Drying times, let's go immediate. 10 seconds. 30 seconds. 1 minute. After a minute there, that's nice and dry. So with this pen, one of the things I like about it, we've got this wheel here. So as I've been waiting for the inks to dry, I've been fidgeting with the wheel. So it's a bit like a fidget type device as well. I don't know, it's really satisfying to do that. It's a nice pen. I like the colour. I like the way we've got this chatoyancy in it. So that's my pen representing Lent. Next up, we're looking at a colour that represents Palm Sunday or Holy Week. And the colour I found was red. Let's just move this up as well, shall we? There we go. So my red pen from Jinhao, a Jinhao 997. This one's actually got a stub nib on it. I quite like the nib on this. It's another one where we've got a cartridge converter. I've had to prime the feed a number of times. What I'm finding with this is I do get some flow issues. So I've just primed the feed, so hopefully it will write fine. I'm not sure why we're getting this issue, because previously whenever I've used it, it's been fine. It's a nice fit in the hand as well. When you find out the price, I mean, this is a $6 pen. It's a metal body. It feels really nice. And there we've got that stub nib. So we've got here a Jinhao. This is the issue that I've had. I'm just going to prime that feed again. So let's try again. A Jinhao. Love the nature of this nib. 997. And this is a 1.1 nib. Just going to go here. Let's do it here. So there's going down. There's going across. I've already told you, it's $6 Aussie, cheap as chips. The ink is by Diamine. And it's Cardinal. Let's do our grid. So here we go. We've stopped writing again. So let's try, whoops, a couple of shades, get some splodges of ink. It's not that the ink isn't flowing, it just doesn't seem to flow fast enough. Let's prime it again. I'm running out of ink in the converter now. So still not getting anything. We may have to abandon this one. An exciting YouTube video, this isn't it? Look at that. It's just not coming through. Right, that's the piston in the converter all the way down. And we're getting absolute, whoops, we're getting nothing. Getting a nice splodge though. So let's see what we can do. So up and down. I know it's going into there. Side to side. Oh, diagonals. There we go. And up and down again. So you can see there the stub nature. Drying times. So here's immediate. 10 seconds. 30 seconds. Just tap it over here where we had that big splodge. So enough to get going. No, I'm not even going to attempt to do any more drying times, but it is a fairly wet combo. So now we've got red ink all over. Let's carry on. Let's move this up. That's disappointing with the way this pen's been behaving because I love writing with it. Next up, we're going for a pen from India and we're going for black for Good Friday. Which the day it's been released, certainly here in Australia, this video is coming out on Good Friday. So here we've got the Kanwrite Heritage. This is like a stealth version of the pen. We've got a piston window here, an ink window should I say. Let me just move the focus point and hopefully we can see that. There we go. There's the ink window. I like the way this mechanism is, because you've got a blind cap which protects the mechanism. So that's really handy. Sticking with the stealth version, look here, we've still got a black nib on there. So black all the way through. So for Black Friday, we've got a really nice black pen. We've got here then a Kanwrite Heritage. Now, why I was shaking around a little bit, I do have a shimmer ink in here. The nib on here is a broad. And the price for this pen, you're looking about 48 Aussie dollars. The ink is by Diamine. And it's Tempest. Let's do our grid. So up and down, nice broad nib, this nice line puts down the ink really well, especially considering it's a shimmer ink. Then I'll get this right, so we go, there we go, our square grid and then our diagonal grids. To me, this broad nib, we're getting a little bit of a wider line when we're going from left to right. Which is interesting to see, and we can also see some of that shimmer starting to develop. Drying times, so we go immediate. 10 seconds. 30 seconds. 1 minute. Teeniest bit of a smudge there at 1 minute. So this is nice. Let's just hold this up to the camera. Hopefully you can, if I can get it to focus for you, hopefully you can see some of that shimmer starting to come through. To me it looks like a bit like a coppery type colour, especially here in the grid. So that's the Kanwrite Heritage. Let's move this up. Here we go. Pen number 4. So this time we're looking at Easter Sunday, and the colour that I found that goes for Easter Sunday is gold. Now I don't have any gold coloured pens, So I had to be a little bit inventive here, and I went for the Leonardo Magico. This is in the meal colour, or the honey colour. So we have got some gold tones in there. That's why I thought, well, yeah, let's get away with this. Piston filler. We've got a really good window there, so we can really see our ink levels. If I can tip it like this, you can see there, and then we can come and see. We've got plenty of ink in this pen. Steel nib. There we go. It's also gold coloured, so a little bit on the theme, isn't it? I do like this pen. So this is the Leonardo Magico with a broad nib. Price wise, it's a massive jump, 272 Aussie dollars. The ink is by Colorverse, and it's Giant Sunspot. We'll do our grid. So we go up and down, side to side, a grid, and then the diagonals. Don't see much in the way of any line variation with this. That's one of the reasons for doing this Waskist World grid, especially with the diagonal ones. That's where you can see the stubbiness coming through. Drying times, so we go immediate, 10 seconds, .30 seconds. One minute. Let's go this side. There we go. After a minute, wow, that's still fairly wet. So a very wet combo. Similar to the Majohn M800, this has got a wheel. It's a very, very nice wheel. Works really well. A lot smoother than that M800's was. And it's a nice little fidget tool. I know I'm terrible for fidgeting. So that was the Leonardo Magico. The last pen. So here we're looking at Pentecost, and the colour that is recommended was white. So I thought about it, and I've gone for the Conklin All-American. There we go. Nice pattern there. Slightly translucent, so we can actually see the converter. So here we've got a converter pen again. I like this. The converter screws in, so it's a nice solid fit in there. Let's put that back down. Here we've got the nib that came with it. Black nib. Would have liked it if the nib was silver, but I'm being very, very picky. Or silver coloured, should I say. It still looks nice, the contrast though between the black and the white. So we've got here a Conklin All-American. What I like about this pen, I can put any colour ink into it that I want. This has got a broad nib. Price wise, it's 194 Aussie dollars. The ink is by Colorverse. It's Pulsar Pulse. This nice blue ink, really like this, and it's got a red sheen to it. Let's do the grid. So up and down. This seems to be the most generous flow of all of the pens we've looked at today. And then our grid and diagonals. Again, not seeing much in the way of stubbiness coming through. Drying times, so we go immediate, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, one minute. After a minute there, that's nice and dry. Again, let me just lift this up. Can we see any of that red sheen coming through? Helps if I get in the camera and get it focused. Not seen a lot, seen some certainly with my eye, and now it's captured a little bit on the camera. So on the word Conklin there, we've got a load of it showing up. The All-American, I've got a load showing up. Pulsar, yeah, we've seen that in the word Pulsar, Pulse as well. So plenty of that coming through. But to get a better idea, let's try a different paper. So what I'm going to do is swap over, and I'm going to fetch in 52 GSM Tomoe River paper, and it's the old style paper. I'm going to write a sentence with each of the pens, and whilst I'm writing, I'm going to hold the mic down near the page so you can hopefully hear the pen writing. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. Here we've got the paper. I'm going to be resting my arm on this kitchen towel, mainly because my hand tends to stick to the paper. We'll start with the M800. The nib feels stiff. It's not unpleasant. We've got that nice audibleness to it. We've got some nice feedback. It feels nice. You can feel a slight tactileness as I'm writing. I quite enjoy that. So that was the Majohn M800. The Jinhao 997. So this is the troublesome one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to dip the nib in the ink and hopefully we'll be able to write with it. There we go, we made it through with that nib being dipped in. Love the line we're getting from this. This is a really nice 1.1 stub. Shame I'm having the problems. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a really good deep clean, so I will pull out the nib and feed. I'll put through my ultrasonic cleaner as much as I can of it, give it a really good clean, and hopefully that might solve this flow issue. So that's the Jinhao 997. Up next, we've got the Kanwrite Heritage. Bit like the M800, that one. The nib feels quite stiff. Not quite like a nail, but it's still on the stiff side. We've got that nice audible sound coming through. And again, we've got a nice tactile feel, so quite pleasant to write with. So that's the Kanwrite Heritage. We've now got the Leonardo Memento Magico. So the nib there, that feels a bit softer. There's a little bit more, I don't want to say springiness, but a little bit more bounce to it. It's quite enjoyable. It's nice to write with. Again, we're getting some nice audibleness as well, so hopefully the mic was able to capture that. Finally, we've got the Conklin All-American. There we go. That's another nice writer. Again, the nib not as stiff as the M800 or the Heritage, but not as soft as that Leonardo was feeling. Let's just pick this up. Just want to take a look at the Heritage's ink. So here we are, this is Diamine Tempest. You can see, hopefully, got loads and loads, and as I'm looking at it on here, got a nice gold shimmer coming through. So I think the camera's catching quite a lot of that. And then coming down here, not seeing that much of the red sheen coming through. Seeing some. Oh, I've seen some with my eyes now on the word grumpy. Can I capture that on the camera? This is a problem. Trying to get the light right. So I think we're starting to see a little bit on the word grumpy coming through. So they're my 5 pens. So we've got the Majohn M800, the Jinhao 997, the Kanwrite Heritage, the Leonardo Memento Magico, and just push them all up a bit, we've got that Conklin All-American. So if you were to force me to pick one of these, one pen to use over the entire Christmas period, the 997 obviously is out. The M800, yeah, it's all right, but it's a fine line. I do like broad nibs. So the 3 bottom ones, they were all broad nibbed. Out of those, do you know, I'm really struggling here. I would go for the Leonardo Memento Magico. It's hard to pick between the 3 of them because all 3 are really, really nice. So they're my 5 Easter pens. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. What are your thoughts on these pens? What 5 pens would you pick for the Easter week and Easter celebrations? Please drop your comments down below. Let's kickstart that conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.